Good morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein here with your Morning Rush. Let's start things off with a look at the top stories you guys are clicking on over on NBC29.com. At number one, The Haven mourning the loss of a day shelter manager in Rio Hill shooting. At number two, the preliminary report released on the fatal Cessna crash. And at number three, police investigating a homicide in Albemarle. That has to do with, that's in relation to that first story. We first told you the first story on our website right now. So let's get to that story right now. The Haven in Charlottesville is mourning the loss of its day shelter manager who was shot and killed on Rio Hills Drive in Albemarle County on Tuesday. This is video from the police response that day. Yesterday, police confirmed the victim was Laura DeLapp. Right now, the Haven is closed so staff can begin the grieving process. County police believe DeLapp was shot and killed by someone she knew, calling it a domestic incident. The Haven says she made an impact on the community beyond just helping out with the day shelter. DeLapp leaves behind 5 kids ages 8 to 17. Multiple fundraisers have been created to help support Laura, her kids, and her funeral costs. We have the links over on NBC29.com. The National Transportation Safety Board has a solid timeline for the jet crash near the Augusta-Nelson County line earlier this month, but no answers yet about what caused the pilot to become unresponsive. Yesterday, it released its preliminary report about the Cessna jet crash near Montebello on June 4th that killed all 3 passengers and the pilot. It says air traffic control lost contact with the Cessna 15 minutes after takeoff from Elizabethton, Tennessee. The jet was intercepted by fighter aircraft near D.C., and the pilot remained unresponsive to radio transmissions, overtake maneuvers, and flares. The plane crashed about 25 minutes later. Investigators have not been able to recover the cockpit voice recorder yet. Greene County Schools is facing a battle it says divisions everywhere are struggling with. There are more than 20 open positions for teaching next school year, and the superintendent is seeking authorization to speed up the hiring process. If teachers are new to the division or new to teaching, Greene County wants to provide assistance in any way. And a financial leadership course is helping UVA nursing students develop financial literacy. It teaches cost effectiveness and how nurses will be able to advocate for their patients' finances. The course allows nurses to decide where and when resources should be applied to help the patient. All right, Jennifer, what are we looking at this morning?
Okay, so doesn't that look yummy? Kind of looks
great,
like a
yeah.
salad with fried chicken. Well, this is lab-grown meat. It was cleared for sales in the United States by the FDA. It is evidently historic. And so this lab-grown chicken breast, it's the first ever cell-cultivated meat approved by the FDA. So I don't, it's different than from, like, say, I guess Beyond Burger or Beyond Meats, because that's plant-based, but this is cell cultivated, and it's produced in a giant vat similar to what's at a brewery.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Would you?
I would try. I mean, they're from the cells of animals, right?
I don't know. It's cell-based proteins, so I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, I would try it out just to see. What's like? Have you ever had a Beyond Burger?
I have. It's surprisingly good.
Really?
I
don't think I've ever had one.
I've had it, and it's well, the consistency. You have to get that texture right to make it feel like meat.
Yeah.
So that's the key. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would try this, but I don't know if I would make a full diet out of this. I'm a little.
Maybe we can wait just a couple more years
to see
so
if there's any
the science. Yeah. See if there.
Any adverse effects.
But yeah.
They're saying that this is like the way of the future because it helps cut down on greenhouse gas emissions and that sort of thing. And so, and I kind of wonder, like, would someone that's a vegetarian, would they eat this? Is this something that's part of that? Is this considered vegetarian? I don't know. I mean,
you have to ask a vegetarian that, see if this...
no animals were killed, so who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Going on to another meat, a real meat. So lobster, this woman is known as the lobster lady. She turns 103 years old, and she has been hauling lobster traps for 95 years. She's kind of like this, in her community in Rockland, Maine. She's a celebrity of sorts. People stop her on the street to talk to her and say hi, but she gets up every day, she puts on her red lipstick, and she goes to work hauling lobster.
Wow. I mean,
103.
that's such a Maine story.
Yeah.
Someone at 103, and I guess she has no plans on quitting.
I mean, and I guess she loves it.
She loves what she does.
So why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she does it for several hours straight in a day.
Yeah.
So,
it's not work if you love what you do.
I mean, true. So, a little inspiration there for
Yeah.
us all.
All right.
And then finally, this is a cute story out of Virginia. So, this mother in Freeman, Virginia, she surprised her son, Tavion. He loves, I guess, police. He dreams of being a police officer one day, and she asked, he's 7 years old, and asked the local police department if he could have a tour, and they did one better. They came to his house and were like, do you want to go for a ride? And they took him, and then they took him on a tour. And then
Wow.
I understand they went to McDonald's afterwards for lunch. But
Really? Oh, that's so cool.
isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Like a little boy's dream come true. And again, this is in Virginia, so I thought this was like a fun,
Yeah.
nice story to share.
Yeah, it's really cool they were
Yeah.
able to do that for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are neat. My kids love like the police cars looking
Yeah.
inside, and the fire or the all the rescue mobiles
yeah,
and
like
vehicles.
the flashing lights and everything. It's
Yeah,
really
and the
cool.
horns and the
horns,
sirens. They
yeah.
love that. So neat. Nice little surprise for this.
Yeah, it
young
definitely
boy.
was.
So,
All right.
cute.
Thank you, Jennifer. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. High today is 66, so cooler with showers out there. It won't be as rainy as it was yesterday. And it looks like it's going to be warming up for tomorrow with a high of 80. And then, you know what? Let's ask the expert here.
So we
Dominic.
do have more rain on the way. It doesn't necessarily let up. Here's a quick look at the 7-day. Showers again today and even cooler. Yesterday we got to about 64, 65 degrees. We're going to make it to 66. Awfully cool considering it's the start of summer. We should be seeing 80s, mid-upper 80s right now, only in the 60s, and not going to see things start to warm until tomorrow, but once they do, we're also looking at some storms in the way. Right now, not looking at them being severe, but again, things are definitely changing. Models are definitely changing. And that system, again, that's stalling. It's getting a lot more action right now. So we could be looking at, again, some thunderstorms, and we'll be keeping an eye on it. Last week we had a hail and some damaging wind gusts, so we'll be keeping an eye on that as we go into our Friday and Fridays after 5 and our weekend. It looks like right now, Sunday, outside of a stray shower, looks pretty good. Probably the best day of the week until about Wednesday when it looks like we should totally be free of showers.
All right, I'm glad we got some of that expert analysis on our morning rush this morning. You know, yesterday it was, of course, raining all day, and I told my dog Cooper, I was like, we're going to be outside and back in because we're not, of course, he wanted to hang outside because once he's in the rain, he doesn't care.
Of course. Well, it sounds like a Cooper thing to do, to decide that, like, it's bad weather, let's stay
Yeah.
outside for a little longer.
But you know, he's really afraid of umbrellas. So I
Really?
can never use an umbrella to walk him. I always have to use a jacket or something with a hood on it because,
Oh, just a mini jacket for him?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
because I mean, if I bring an umbrella, he's running in the opposite direction. And
Do you think he'll be upset if you got him an umbrella hat?
I think he would. And I don't know where that fear came from. It just popped up one day that he all of a sudden was scared of umbrellas. So
Well,
I guess
no
he doesn't like
umbrellas
the way they open. But
You have to do it a little quieter. Are you just popping it open?
he's at the point now, if he just sees me holding a closed umbrella, he's running in the opposite direction. So I have no idea. This dog is an enigma, truly. He's got a lot of weird fears like that, but yeah. So,
Well, make sure you are keeping your dogs dry as you're taking them out today. If they don't like umbrellas, jackets work too. And they're very cute.
yeah. All right, well, thank you guys for joining us on the Morning Rush. We'll see you again on NBC29 News at noon. And, of course, we're always live on the NBC29.com, the news app, and the weather app.
Yes, Storm Team 29 weather app. Absolutely download it. You'll want it this weekend.
Exactly. All right, thank you.